What is up, y'all? So, technical issues. On top of the snow. Where I live at in Pennsylvania, it snowed. So, it's not fully expecting that. At the same time, it's okay. So just figuring everything out at this moment. And super excited. Hopefully everything works. Hello, sister. So getting ready to do, the goal is a mediumship session. And this is my first time streaming on multi-platforms. So we're going to figure it out and it's going to be freaking amazing. So right now I am on my Facebook page, so not the Unique Vibrations, but just Unique May, and then I'm on the Unique Vibrations Instagram business page, which is awesome. So I'm super excited for this. I'm gonna cleanse the space right now and yeah, see what kind of happens. It already is awesome. Yeah, right? All right. So I am going to ward my studio quick because, like I mentioned, the snow. So I literally had to shovel out the back doors so I could even get in the building, which was beautiful, and it wasn't that crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna ward up the room and then go into mini summary and then go right into it and see what happens. So I'm super excited. Grateful for y'all to be here, and yeah, I feel like it's gonna be beautiful. So if you don't have tea or anything to kind of get cozy and warm, that's the kind of vibe that I have going on right now with my hat, and my snow boots are over there and all the things. Divinely protected, guided, guarded, so white light. And I'm gonna ward this space, then I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna call in, hello sister, I'm gonna call in some light language, or feeling it's coming through, and continue what's flowing and growing. Beautiful, so excited. Ears ringing, love it. Yeah, it's definitely been a whole flow going on today, I tell ya. Yeah, so for some of you who are not aware, and those also in the replay, so many things can be happening. I mentioned earlier on posts that I placed within my Facebook that different energies can like to piggyback. So if you're not familiar, If something comes up and it feels resonant, awesome. If it doesn't, you can leave it. There's no pressure, not trying to steer you into one way or the other. Just, you'll start feeling like full body chills and all these different things. Yeah, and whatever your intentions are coming in, I highly recommend stating them now. Highly recommend stating them now and placing them out up into the ethereal realms, and your loved ones definitely will be, it's kind of like the puzzle pieces. It'll kind of link up together. Or I love the brain and everything with psychology, so if you think of your synapses, it'll just kind of like shoot out different lightning bolts of information, and they're always around you anyway, so we'll see what happens. The last session was amazing, and I was literally floored and blown away by Betty White coming through at the very first. I was just like, okay. And yeah, it was truly amazing and beautiful. And her message for the collective, especially the divine feminine right now, is truly magical. So, and then I keep seeing synchronicities with her all throughout these past couple weeks. So it's been a fun game. Even last night, someone had commented on a YouTube channel, and some of her artwork is of Betty White. I was just like, girl, let's stop. But don't stop. It's beautiful. I'm so excited. Okay. Yeah. So the piggybacking, if it resonates, take it, keep it, disregard the rest. This is by no means any kind of medical advice. If you're having any kind of mental health issues, please do seek a professional. I, by no means, am certified in any kind of therapeutics. I am certified in mediumship, if you will. Even at this point, I'm like, there's really all these certifications. It's like a game. And then Holy Fire, Reiki 1 and 2. I can give my own opinion and suggestion, but use discernment completely. Even things that come from me, as well as things that come from ethereals, use discernment. And this is a very heavy, not heavy, but it's just a very fine point to be using discernment, especially as we continue to grow and blossom and bloom throughout the year of 2025. Because the time is now, right? The time is now. We are creating our reality, and using discernment along the way can only help us, not harm us. So all that being said, trying to just listen to see if I possibly forgot anything. Yeah, I feel like that's mainly it. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go in this meditative state. I will say things throughout here and there. And each time I'm doing this, I'm helping to clear my throat chakra. So fuck yes to the clearing of the throat chakra, because that's what all that little, and this is not only for my present lifetime, this is for so many past lifetimes and so many generations ahead, and just like doing the thing. Yeah, so I'm going to go in, doing a meditation. Before we do though, I would love to do the mini breath work, the 4-7-11. Some of you are familiar, and it's so interesting how it pops up throughout all of these other different spaces and places. Some of you sisters are aware of the metamorphosis with Brother Jacob and Brother Jeremiah, and Sister Camilla, and Elder Sister Pioneer Judith, and it's just like phenomenal, all of these things that are happening. And they even have their own version of 4-7-8, I think is their breath, but they breathe differently. So mini breakdown of this one. If you're not aware, we're going to suck in like a straw and be filling up our bellies. So sucking in for 4, holding for 7, and exhaling slowly out the nose for 11, the best you can. I have videos on this already. I'm not really going to dive too deep in it. And then the main thing is to just really get into your body and your breath, calming your nervous system, going back into your parasympathetic, and just really being present and here in this moment in our time-space reality. So we're going to do, I'm always like 3 rounds and my hand's always like, no, 4. So we're going to do 4 rounds of the breath at your own pace, or if you want to try to follow along. I'm only going to be probably counting the 4 and then the hold and then just release at your own pace, ideally 11. And when you're holding, you're relaxing your body, because when we breathe in, we're always like, and our whole body is tense. Like, you want to breathe in, hold, and like fully just relax your body. And it's like instant, amazing calm. Yes. So let's go here. Gonna breathe in for 4. Hold. Exhaling slowly out the nose for 11. Round 2, breathing in for 4. Hold. Exhaling out the nose. Hello, love. We're breathing. Breathing in again for 4. Holding and relaxing. Exhaling out the nose. And last one, at your own pace. Oh, I love it so much. Okay. All right. So now I am going to be going in, doing my little thing in my conscious awareness, and then coming back and seeing what happens, who comes in, who comes through, and doing my best to monitor both cameras here. If it resonates, awesome. And I love to go into these kind of like cold case style, so the less I know about anything, the better. And if it resonates, I will always ask for proof. And then sometimes we might get to points where it's very pretty close to resonant, so we'll kind of head on that, and it'll just flow. It's magical. So if you're ready, just take this time to breathe, keep placing your intentions, and I'll be back with you shortly. Lastly, hopefully lastly, my body loves to move, so energy is like I'll be stretching, doing different things. If it freaks you out, apologies, it is what it is. You don't have to be here. So yeah. Divine Mother, Divine Father, Divine Grace, we ask that you place protection in this space, place realms, multiverses, and vortices that we are presently occupying. Allow them to be fully protected in angelic frequencies and that of the highest of unconditional love. We ask for clarity and guidance being given, as well as discernment in trusting the frequencies in awareness, in truth, and again of unconditional love frequencies. We ask all things not of these frequencies to be transmuted either down into Mama Gaia or up into the ethereal heavens. And so it is. Hello, my dear children. Okay, so I really have to place a lot into context right now because I'm very, I'm very overwhelmed by this energy presently. And it's like I'm fighting it in my psyche of, no, that can't be, there's no way. Because right now I'm teetering one foot in this realm, basically, and doing my best to be semi-present, to be able to read comments, and then the good majority of my consciousness just up in the ethereal realm, like way up. And I felt like this could possibly happen because of all of the signs that I've been getting all this week. And I'm very much mind blown, and at the same time, they're just like, why would you? We are one. Like, why would you feel that way? There's no reason to feel this way. Many of you may be very much aware of I just want to cry my eyes out, but I'm so filled with so much love right now. Like, it's not even funny. Many of you, I'm sure, grew up with them. They are literally, like, iconic. Like, just so much fucking power that they were able to control within themselves when they're here. Like, when they were here, they just like shut the fuck up. Oh, Atlanta. And I'm doing my best to gather proof, even though I feel like I don't need any, but I still want to stick with proof because that's how I do things, and respecting boundaries. And all they keep doing is flooding me with so much fucking music, and it makes me so happy because I literally forgot to listen to music this past like week and a half. I was not listening to music, and that hurts my soul so much, and this is just like such a massive slap in the face. Like, girl, I've been telling you, I've been showing you, like, this is not a joke. So I wish I had music to be playing, but just literally like the whole, like, if you're aware, put it in the chat, like woo! We have Michael in the house, y'all. I am just so and all he keeps relaying to me is like, why would you think else? Why would you think less of yourself? There's no reason. Like, why? He keeps playing Thriller over and over again because I'm like, give me proof. All right, we're gonna give you this music. All right, we're gonna give you this music. All right, we're gonna give you this one. Oh, we're gonna drop some white gloves, and they have to be sparkly, you know, like. And the whole moonwalk. And what was I doing this week? Attempting to learn how to moonwalk. And what did I tell myself this week? I would learn how to moonwalk by the end of the week. I'm still halfway in my week, mind you. And the curly hair and the seriousness and just the whole, like, all of the freaking vibes right now. I am thank you for being here. And I just wish to ask you, what is your message that you're wishing to relay to us on a collective level clearly, or you would not be here? So he is really stressing the amount of power we have within us, each and every single one of us. We have so much power within us. Like, it is no joke. Everything is an illusion. Everything is a game. And he is really wanting to implement the power of sound. Like, there's so much power in sound frequencies. We are sound. We are embodied sound. Every single one of our cells, he said it's like an orchestra of magic within. And I am not familiar at all with how he passed or what even happened. I know for myself, I've had my own thoughts. I'm just gathering a lot of pain in the back of my neck. He's just like, you already know. So my thoughts were, it was not whatever was publicly displayed. He's basically confirming that. And what I do when I go into these sessions is I do not allow one to transition to place these feelings within my body of how they passed. And he's just telling me we're not going to focus on that right now. That's irrelevant. But to just know and trust that he's here in spirit with all of us, especially in sound, especially when you're listening to his music. And that is all he ever wanted to do, is just light people the fuck up. Like, light them up, get them feeling it within their heart. And now he said he's on a mission. His mission now is to continue sharing the importance of sound to everyone who is able and willing to listen. All of these ideas that you're gathering within your heart, your conscious awareness, your thought patterns and processes. He said, y'all are more than able to be connecting with him on those levels if you do so choose. All of these magical frequencies that we have the power to create the change. We are the power, we are the change. You are the change, you are the power. Everything's always been right there in front of our faces, right there in front. He's relaying to me it's better to live delusional than try to act sane in an insane space. He's saying, why would you want to be just like the other when you're beautiful just the way you are, magical just the way you are, infinitely connected with the divine just the way you are. You need nothing else, nothing more. Not the shiniest shoes on the block, not the biggest house, not the fastest car, just you. And not just you, all of you. All of you inside. Your body is a temple, you are a fortress. You are the essence of your own empire. Decide, choose. Again, with discernment. And choose love. There's plenty of chaos in the world. There need be no more. And he says, get up and dance, get up and dance, get up and dance. Make sure you're moving your body in all the ways, all the days. He said, don't fight the feeling. Literally everything he's saying to me, it's like he's just singing it. Like, it's just like a whole... Thank you so much, Michael. Is there anything else you wish to relay? He's relaying to love your mother. Love your mother, love your brother, your sister, aunt, and uncle, your family. Playing the We Are Family. I got all my sisters with me. I'm pretty sure that's not his song, but that's what he's giving and guiding me towards. And he says, disregard self-doubt. There's no reason to doubt yourself. Listen, you already know. If you've done all the other things, jump. Thank you, Michael. Gonna see who else is coming through. I am getting some chest pains, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of happens next here. Okay, so I am gathering, this is going to be either grandmother, great-grandmother, great-auntie energies. She's showing me like a sandbox, so I'm gonna go with, so for a bit of context, they give me different signs and symbols that are aware and relate to me, and then I transition them over to y'all. So if it kind of sounds a little funky and weird, just stay with me if you can to get to the other part of it. So right now it's a grandmother, a great aunt figure who possibly lives near the beach or sand, which would probably be the same thing. A warmer climate, and possibly a heart attack or stroke as my chest is hurting. And they're giving me the color purple, so I don't know if purple is one of their favorite colors. Also showing me the flower of lilacs and lilies, chrysanthemums, so they were very much into flowers, so I would say gardening. Possibly either born or transitioned during the spring with all the flowers blooming. They're showing me a little dog. A little dog that's more so, I guess, more of a brown color fur, kind of like context of possibly like a a Yorkie or a long-haired dachshund or something along those lines. And they're showing me a pool and them swimming, so they like to swim a lot. And if this is resonating with anyone, please drop it in the chat so we can try to see if this is someone for you. They're also showing me like chocolates, like bonbons, so I don't know if that's something that they like to eat or if it's a favorite of you. Maybe something that you both used to share is eating chocolate bonbons. They're kind of giving me that was a holiday tradition type of deal. And they're also giving me ballet. So either you yourself took ballet or they had done ballet when they were younger. And I'm seeing tons of suitcases, so I feel like they traveled a lot, or perhaps you travel a lot. And they're showing me different kinds of museums. I feel like art museums, because they're showing me different canvases. And sculptures. Does this happen to resonate with anyone? So we have a grandmother figure or a great aunt whom possibly either her or yourself had a little dog looking kind of like a Yorkie or a dachshund, long-haired with like the brown color fur. They gave me ballet, chocolate bonbons, and museums, art museums with different canvases and statues, as well as traveling. They enjoy traveling, or perhaps you enjoy traveling. Yeah, if it resonates, possibly drop it in the chat. If not, that's completely fine. And do our best to keep going forward here. And in the same sense, sometimes we'll have different loved ones come in and you might not even realize that they were meant for you. So like you could ask another person in your family, like, hey, did we have a great aunt or a great grandmother or somebody who like loved to travel, loved bonbons, purple, favorite color, they did ballet, they like to travel, any of these things, and it might hit you later. And this is why I record these, even the lives, and they'll be posted so that way you can look back on. And if it does resonate, definitely drop it in the chat either this evening or in the future, and would love to get that connection going for you if possible. We're going to keep moving forward with this just a bit and then see if she has a message she's wishing to relay. Kendra's saying this could be a neighbor I knew growing up. Okay, awesome. So we'll keep going with this just a bit. And they're showing me ice skates. So I feel like they were very active active soul. They loved ice skating. And at the same time, showing me different musics. They're showing me opera, which completely makes sense with ballet, opera and ballet. We would go over to eat candy from her candy dish. She eventually moved to Florida. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, also there was the beach, right? The beach at first. And just the purple, the purple and the ballet and ice skating, does all of that resonate as well? I have so many healing tears going on, y'all, right now. Mascara all over my face. It's okay. It's making me realize I didn't know much about her life. Okay, and a purple heart. Awesome. Oh, yeah. So I can ask what her message is, if you're feeling like that's resonant, and then also, if not fully, that's okay. Because it might be for you, it also might be for someone else, like the whole piggybacking thing. Okay. Ask their name. Okay, yeah, I'll see what comes through here. See if we can ask her name. And I'm getting a lot of K, so if it's Kimberly, Katie, Kathleen, or Crystal, all with K's, if that could be hers. She's also ruling Christina, again with the K. All of these are K names. Claudia. Okay. So Kendra's on IG right now, and she's saying that she just saw an orb fly by me. Beautiful. Love it. And then also she's saying her name was Claudia. Okay, yeah. I kept getting that k sound. So Claudia, asking what Claudia wishes to relay and double checking if that is what she's been trying to give me. Anytime you hear me burping, belching, whistling, I'm cleansing energies. So there's a lot of energies being cleansed here. Is Claudia your name? Okay, she's giving me no, so it must not be her. They're still giving me that K, and I feel like Kimberly is what they're really, that's where I keep getting the focusing on Kimberly. Okay, Kimberly with a K. What is the message that you're wishing to relay? And then hopefully they are divinely guided into this message within this week or even this evening. So this would be a grandmother Kimberly or a great aunt Kim. Okay, wow. Okay, so I'm just remembering that I have an Aunt Kim, but I don't feel like in my field that would be where it would be placed, but I'm definitely going to make sure she's still here when I get off this call. I'm feeling that she's not the same, because if I were to be seeing her, I would be seeing my grandmother in the same sense, so just kind of had to like really rearrange awareness here. Okay. All right, so a great grandmother Kim or Kimberly, a great aunt Kim or Kimberly, and definitely very close with the K, and she's relating to me, Kimberly, so yeah, definitely Kendra. Okay, what is your message that you wish to relay? Okay, so she's wishing to relay a message to her grandson. And just being mindful of his intake. So whether that be food, beverage, any of the things, she's just asking for him to be mindful of his health moving forward, as well as presently. Can we possibly get a first letter of your grandson's name? She's giving me an R. And either Rob or Robert, Robbie, Roger. Somewhere along those lines. And sending all of her love. Thank you, love. Thank you. All right, seeing who else comes through here. for those of you who are on the call, you do have the ability to place intentions on anyone you're wishing to connect with. I cannot guarantee that it will happen, but you're just placing that intention out there. It amplifies those frequencies. So I'm getting a lot of masculine energy presently. And it's almost like the whole side of my right leg, and how I differentiate energies depending on the placement to my body and the distance away is how I gauge their age range as to awareness of when they passed, usually. Wow. And I'm just realizing right now I'm not wearing my mics again, so can you hear me well? The heat just kicked on. I keep forgetting about the mics. Okay, I'm sure you can. Trusting. Alright, so I'm getting masculine energies, and it's right around my thigh, so it's like not as far away as a father figure, not super young, but we're getting and gaining, like, I'm gonna age range anywhere from like 20s to 30s, somewhere around in there is the age range. They are showing me basketball, massive amount of freaking pancakes and sausage and bacon. This is definitely a young spirit at heart, I tell you. So if this resonates, drop it in the chat. We're going to keep going forward. Take what resonates, leave the rest. So we're at, right now, presently, masculine energy is somewhere between their 20s and 30s. Basketball is a hardcore lifestyle for them. They love pancakes, sausage, bacon, massive amounts of maple syrup. Excuse me. Mrs. Butterworth syrup. Okay. Mrs. Butterworth syrup. They have very light, happy, go lucky energy to them. And they're showing me Jamaica, so I don't know if they're descendant or if they love Jamaican music, anything like that. Okay, I was like, what, Kendra? Now I get it. Okay, awesome. I feel like that was for the volume thing. Kendra's just so connected. No. Yeah, no, completely. That's funny. And then you say that. It's completely fine. It is completely fine. It's like whomever is supposed to be coming through these calls, they're gonna come through. Like it doesn't matter who's on, who's not. And like I said, the piggybacking. So it's completely fine. Yeah, no worries. If it resonates, awesome. If it doesn't, it's okay too. It really is okay too. And whatever y'all are comfortable with completely as well. So again, we have a male in the 20 to 30s range, loves Mrs. Butterworth's syrup. Okay, not the maple, but Mrs. Butterworth's syrup with the pancakes, the bacon, the sausage. Loves basketball, possibly of Jamaican descent, or they love Jamaican style reggae beats. Okay. And a very lively spirit. They're showing me they loved like outdoorsy everything. They like to go on hikes. They like to go on trips and safari is what they're showing me as well. So travel. They're also showing me water, so I don't know if they were a surfer or if they just really loved water in general, because they were showing me boats and water and like cruise lines and then surfing, fishing. Very outdoorsy. And they're showing me ping pong and like a cabin. So they definitely like to travel. They definitely like outdoorsy. This is a male within 20 to 30s range. Loves pancakes. Loves Miss Butterworth syrup, period. Like I feel like breakfast was like their favorite meal, and that's why they're like emphasizing like the pancake stack with the sausage links and the bacon and the syrup. They're like, what's up? Like, and they just like demolish it all. Like that's the whole vibe here. Traveling in relations to possible cruises, a very vibrant spirit. They're just like, they're so filled with life, completely filled with life. And if any of this resonates, drop it in the chat. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Whatever flows, take what flows, discard the rest. Gonna gather just a little bit more information and then ask their message, and we can move on to maybe one or two more, see who comes through. I don't have a sense of time, but I also have a sense of time, so we'll see what happens here. They're giving me their name being with a B, so like, or along the names of sounding like Brian or Ben, more so Brian or even Ryan. Or Brent. I don't know if any of those names are relevant to anyone. And they're also showing me skateboarding. They used to love to skateboard. They still skateboard, apparently, just like what is your message that you're wishing to relay? So this is very specific, and for whomever resonates, they're relaying to me either a Keith or a Kenneth or Kirk, again with the K. They're wanting to relay that it's not their fault. He's like very happy-go-lucky and everything, and then he just like is kind of like sitting with his skateboard and is like really being genuine and serious and wanting to say and relay like, it's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. You're not responsible for what happened to me. This had nothing to do with you. You don't need to feel guilty for me not being here, not being there with you. All happening in as it should. He's like, I was meant to go down that way. It was written in the stars, he says. And he's just holding his heart, and he's just saying he doesn't wish to see you suffer anymore. He doesn't wish for you to be in the suffering that you're creating for yourself. You don't deserve that. That's not meant for you. You deserve so much more, so much better. He's saying to snap the F out of it, man. He's like, just snap the F out of it. Snap out of it. He's sending so much love. And he says he's always right here with you. He understands, but at the same time, he doesn't want to watch you suffer. He said that's never been your purpose. And he's sending all of his love and protection around you and saying he's always there. And he's got you solidly. He's doing the whole jabs. Thank you so much for sharing that. Honesty and love for them. And hopefully that message gets guided to them and they get to witness. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more, see if 2 more come through. And by the way, if you are watching this live or if you're watching the replay, depending upon who comes through, all depends on who is meant to be watching this. So hypothetically, if and when you may decide to book a session for yourself, you're going to be getting messages coming through for you, like point blank period. They may not be exactly whom you're wishing to come through, but you will gain a massive amount of awareness, perceptions, and all of this beautiful information during. With the lives, it's slightly interesting because I don't always know who's here, but at the same time, it doesn't even matter because it doesn't have to do with me. It has to do with y'all and like whomever is coming through, and then whoever is guided to watch these. So it's very interesting. And yeah, it's magical and it's like a form of play at the same time. And then some of these people I see kind of popping in and out, it could be meant for them. And they were like, when I'm like tuning in and then they're like, yeah, they're finally here. And then they pop back out and that's totally fine. And hopefully they get guided to pop back in and watch the replay and get that healing, that like awareness and forgiveness, whatever it is that they're yearning for, and have that opportunity. And that's why I'm doing this. Okay, so tapping back in here. Okay, so again with the masculine, this is definitely more so father figure, so father, uncle figure, somewhere along the lines. And right away they're showing me a red car, like specifically red car, reminding me of like Hot Wheels style cars, so more like an antique car. So I don't know if they specialize in kind of like the hot rods or the Corvette era is kind of what I'm gathering as well. They like to work on antique cars. And whether that be in like life size or model size. I feel like it's more so model size. They're like showing me the little intricate like paintings on the model cars. And they're showing me night skies with massive stars, fire, and s'mores. So I feel like they were very into, yeah, what they're relaying to me is very into family time, spending time around the fire, making s'mores, memories together. And a hobby of theirs is painting model cars, specifically a red model car. So I don't know if any of you have a red model car that's from either your father or your uncle or someone in that age range of probably anywhere between like, I'd say 40s to maybe 60. That's kind of pushing it, but more so 40s to 50s in there is what I'm gathering. They absolutely loved coffee. Coffee was like, they had to have their specific coffee in the morning, no sugar, but creamer. So coffee, no sugar, but creamer. Every morning, non-fail. And they're showing me like a mustache. So I don't know if a mustache kind of rings any bells here. And they're showing me like the denim style jacket with like the warm, almost like fleece on the inside, but like there's so many different, I guess fabric is the best way to put it. Fabric on the inside, denim on the outside, being one of their favorite jackets or coats, but they like to call them their jackets, so jacket. And they're showing me like a farm lifestyle, like they lived on a farm or they lived out in more of like a rural area versus in the urban city. They're just like where the deer and the antelope reign. So they might have like enjoyed Western movies or just that kind of like the farm life. They're showing me like the straw in their mouth, like sticking out. I was back and forth if they were smokers, so I'm feeling like when they were younger they smoked, but then they had stopped when they were older. And I'm also seeing like a hat, not a cowboy hat, but like one of those, and it's not a top hat, but it's like if you have a top hat and it's just like the flat top. I guess kind of almost like an Amish style hat, if you're familiar with that. Just a flat, yeah, a flat hat with like the whole brim. So kind of like a cowboy hat, but not a cowboy hat. The farmer's, I guess it's called a farmer's hat. You can call it a farmer's hat. Yeah, a farmer's hat. And they're showing me horses, so I don't know if they had horses themselves, or maybe they always wanted to get horses and that was the purpose of them having the farm, or just a lot of land. Yeah, they're showing me like acres of land, and the fire, it's like a very quiet space to be able to like hear nature, look at the stars, have the s'mores. And then when they want to be inside, which they usually prefer to be outside, they would be inside painting little model cars. So if any of that is resonant, please drop it in the chat. If any of that is resonant for y'all watching the replay, definitely comment below as well. Like, yes, that resonates, da 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 da. I'd love to go back and hear about that. I'm just asking him to give me a little bit more detail. For a name sense, they're giving me letter T. So either Tom, Thomas, Timothy, Terrence. Feeling more so Tom. And they're showing me cookouts, so like hot dogs, burgers on the grill. They just love to be outside. They were happy about that. They love to be outside. I'm asking them the message that they're wishing to relay. And they have a sense of humor, because right away they're like, Stacy's mom has got it going on. Da 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 da. Like, what? Clearly meant for specifics of whom. They're like a jokester, funny trickster person, spirit. But they're saying, no, in all seriousness, I am wishing to relay and send confidence within my son. Confidence within my son, that I see you, that I believe in you, that I trust in you, that I'm aware of everything being thrown at you. In the same sense, I see you in this great shining light. My ears are just like massively ringing right now, like He's relaying to cut the bullshit, cut the crap, to completely focus on what you're meant to do here. And regardless of what you may think, I'm fucking proud of you. I am proud to call you my son. I am proud of everything you've overcame. I stand tall beside you. Even when you don't feel this within yourself. I can't take back all the things that I did or did not do. I can only be present and infinitely with you. Shielding you, loving you, watching you, cheering for you. All things happen for reasons. There is no mistake as to everything you've experienced. Sending you so much love. Trust and know and feel that I am here with you always. Thank you for that. That was a little bit more in-depth than I had anticipated, but it was needed apparently. So yeah, more transcend style there. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna do one more. And by the way, if that last bit, if it's for you, like, please reach out, because I feel like there was more there. At the same time, this is a live, and then also, like, I'm not here to vent dirty laundry, so to speak, or any of those things. So if you can message me privately, I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, because I feel like there was a lot more to be said and stated, but at the same time, I am very aware they're not presently here. So moving forward, we're gonna have one more come through if they so choose and feel, and I feel so many around me, so we'll see what happens here. But one more here, and then yeah. Thank you all so much for being here, who is here, who are watching the replay. I truly appreciate it. As do your loved ones, because they're just as hype as I am. Okay. Again, we are very much going with masculine energies. And I just want to do some clarification with my boundaries here, y'all, because like it's not a tug of war game. We are not sending pain, different pain shooting through my leg. That's not happening. So let's calm down, be respectful, and just like energy essence is completely fine and great and appreciated. Thank you. All right, so we're going with grandfather energy. And this is either grandfather or great-grandfather. So right away I am getting corn on the cob, flooding me in with mushrooms. And showing me like crops, so like a farm, another farm. This one having vegetables planted, so they're a farmer, clearly a lot smaller land. But they're showing me like mushrooms and carrots and kale and tomatoes and potatoes and all of these amazing vegetables within their garden, onions and rutabaga and cabbage, broccoli, different lettuces. They are showing me honey, so they could have been a beekeeper or just very fond of honey. The all-natural sourcing. They're also showing me them like all bundled up like in winter attire and showing me like on a map forefront like Alaska. So I don't know if they're an Alaskan native or if they are from Alaska, any of these things, I'm not sure, or they like to travel to Alaska. And fishing, they're showing me fishing in like an ice circle in Alaska. So very, very specifics, like them all bundled up and then fishing in an ice hole in Alaska in the lakes, I guess you would call it a lake, they're telling me. And they're showing me they would catch their fish and then like it would be, that's what they would eat. Like they would eat their fish, they would like clean it, take the skin off, bones, everything, fry it, eat it. Beer battered fish type style is one of their favorites. And they're giving me popcorn and also bright lights, like Christmas lights. So I feel like they like to decorate a lot with the holidays. And chicken wings, they liked, like basically everything they ate, they liked it fried. So it's also leading me to they possibly had a heart attack is also what I'm getting. A lot of fried, greasy foods, which is very interesting because also like they did the farming thing. So I don't know if it's the farming thing they did when they were younger and then they ended up moving to Alaska and then they started doing all this other ventures. Showing me reindeer, little reindeer in Alaska, so they must have lived there for a good period of time. And a sled, so, and they're showing me like dogs, so the sled dogs type deal, like they had dogs pulling their sled behind and they would like do mini ventures. They're telling me they would race at the same time. And for some reason, they're showing me those Triscuit crackers, if you're familiar. Specifically the Triscuit brand. So they love those crackers. Triscuit Triscuit crackers. I want to say like there's a buttered flavor version or something, but Triscuit crackers. Another orb. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. You'll have to watch the replay to catch these orbs because I'm just like, don't even know. They're also showing me puzzles, that they like to do puzzles in their like spare time because they were always doing so many things for themselves to stay alive and having nutrition and all these things and catching their own food. And for the farm, because I was like trying to, I guess in a way make sense or just understand what the essence what the farm is, but they're showing me the farm is like it's in a greenhouse. So it's a very warm greenhouse they had in Alaska with all of their veggies and everything like that, which makes a lot more sense. So yeah, living in Alaska or some place very, very similar. It's very cold. They've done sled dog racing. They've fished out of the lakes with the ice holes, ice fishing. I think it's actually called ice fishing. Caught their fish, skinned it, deboned, all the things, beer battered their fish. They love the chicken wings at the same time as well. And again, this is a grandfather or great-grandfather energies presently. What else? What else, my love? And something about Kentucky. So I don't know if they're from Kentucky or possibly you presently live in Kentucky, but some resonance with Kentucky. And they're like, no, not Kentucky Fried Chicken because they prefer their own fried everything. Yeah, even still getting some chest pain. So possibly passed with either a heart attack or a stroke. And they're relaying to me it was very sudden. They're like, I was doing the damn thing. Like they were very, very conscious and aware of what they were doing. I thought they were doing the best that they could be doing. And they're also showing me something with the Carolinas, whether that be North or South Carolina. Some resonance there, either with them or yourself. Relaying it was a place of travel or visits. What is the message you're wishing to send? they're wishing to relay a message to their granddaughter. I'm asking them what their name is, and then also I'll be asking what their granddaughter's name is, or start of a letter. So they can give me a letter of their first name or what they went by. For them, they're giving me a J, so either Joe or Joseph. Possibly Jacob, but leaning more towards Joe or Joseph or John. And possibly Jefferson. Definitely a J. And your granddaughter's name or beginning of her name, letter. They're giving me a C, so whether that be Christina, or Chris, Kristen, Kirsten, Chelsea, definitely a C. Yeah. And what is the message you wish to relay? Firstly, I'm getting asked, is any of this resonating? Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. What is the message you wish to relay? Just saying that I'm rooting for you, baby girl. You're not alone. You've never been alone. We're right here with you. You may think that you have no one. This is simply not true. I am right here. We are right here. You are strong enough. You are brave enough. You are worthy enough. You are valued enough. It is by no choice or accident of you being here. This is the space, place, realm for you. This you know. This you are aware of. We see your growth. I see you for who you are, what you're becoming, and what you always have been. Cleansing away all things that do not serve. Reining in on your truth, the truth, and nothing but. There is mastery to be gained. At the same time, much failure, if you will, choosing to look at them as lessons. Observation is a choice. Do not mislead. Do not get misled. Stay true to you. Sending you so much love. And high frequencies. You know, you know. We know, you know. And we are proud of you. I am proud of you. Allow grace. And the truth will always set you free. We may not have known each other well in this plane of existence. It does not mean I love you any less. loving you always. Thank you. Right. Kendra's saying such important messages tonight. I'm just like, I truly hope these messages find whomever they are meant for completely. I'm just gonna come back out quickly here. Whew. Oh my goodness. Okay. My heart. My heart right now, like, my chest. Definitely still feeling types of ways here. Thank you all so much for being here. Those of you who stayed and played in the ethereals, it's amazing. Those of you watching the replay or plays, definitely appreciated. And again, if any of this resonates with you all or just with you, shoot me a DM. If you want to keep it private, that's completely fine. If you are wishing to comment below, that's okay too. I'm like still floored that Michael came through, because I'm just like, it's like I get all this self-doubt because this is only the second time doing a live. Like when it's a private session, it's so much easier. It's just like flowing and bam and this or that or whatever. I'm very open. But with this, I am literally opening my throat chakra. I am literally opening my heart more and sharing my gifts with all of you and being able to help all of you hopefully at a point like make sense into things you may be struggling with internally and really find that love and that sense of freedom at times. I know a lot of times some of us can hold guilt and shame and all these different things that literally they're not meant to be there, but we in our humanisms, our human bodies, don't understand any other way so much. Yeah, it's truly a gift and a blessing to be able to do this. And it's just mind-blowing. Like, it blows my mind each and every time I do a session. And I never know who's going to come through, what's going to happen. Am I going to be able to not cry my eyes out? Am I going to come back out and just like bawl my face off? Am I going to have body convulsions? Like, there's so many things that can go on after a session, as well as like during a session. Oh, Kendra, thank you. She says you're a gift to us all. Oh. And we are all our own gifts, right? So just, and I'm like reflecting. So I deeply receive that. I deeply receive that. So many reminders, like everything Michael said, literally, like, and I can't remember everything, just bits and pieces. And I was just like, there was so much energy, and my head just felt like, I don't even know, like there was like I was a light bulb and like it was flashing out like everywhere. That's kind of what it felt like, which was interesting. But yeah. Yeah, I deeply appreciate all of you. And if you feel like any kind of tingles, like, hey, I really feel guided to share it with this person, like, I highly recommend doing that, because that could be like your ancestors or just loved ones working through you to relay to them. Oh my gosh, like I didn't even realize, because there was a good amount of loved ones who came through who were not exactly on this call presently, or they may have been and then popped out, or just waiting for you to pass along to guide to them their truth. They're like, it almost feels like a missing piece or part of us at times. And like, there's so many parts of ourselves, and really like taking this and this and this and all of these things, and just being able to find some kind of actual like peace and relief, I think, in a way as well. I'm just thinking from my own standpoint and why I started doing this. I was on a mission, like I was on a journey. I was like, I know you've passed and transitioned, but I feel you around me. So like, we're going to get the communication going and flowing. Like, there's no question or doubt about that. And to have that and be able to share with someone else, and for them to gain that awareness is truly beautiful. So yeah. Also, I would love to be, I'm configuring a day to be doing these weekly. At the same time, I don't know how long this one has been, but I'm going to be doing my best in moving forward to keep it at about an hour, not over that. I feel like we went over that, but that's okay. Because whatever came through was supposed to come through. Like, it just is what it is. And speaking of time, if you feel so resonant and to schedule a private session with me, and I have an hour or 2 hour sessions, if for some reason we go over, like just briefly, like I'm not going to be like, we're not going to be right in the middle of like a very heartfelt, like conversation, basically, moment. And I'm not going to be like, okay, time's done, like that's it. Like that's not how I flow. That's not my demeanor at all. If it gets to be like over a half an hour or longer, then there are the whole energetic exchanges that happen. And all of these things are, you get sent to in your emails, so that way you're aware of everything right up front from the gate, because I don't like, I'm not going to have any hidden charges type of deal. Like that is not how I do this at all. So throwing that out there for those who it's resonant to. And yeah, again, just thank you all so much for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. The amount of growth and expansion just by being on this call is phenomenal for myself as well as for all of you. Because energy, it's frequencies. Like it literally, it gets shit kicked up, so to speak. So yeah, I love you all so very much, and yeah, until the next one, many, many blessings. Good night.